Well, first, I want to thank our fans for coming out. Although there was a weather issue, they didn't make it an excuse to not fill in the stands. Our student section was great. I thought the atmosphere was tremendous when it came down to the need of making runs. We came out a little flat, but I thought our guys played off the energy of the building. The one thing I would say, Oklahoma's a great team. Their record is not an indicator of who they are and what they are. That team was ranked top 15 in the country. They defeated some great teams. The gauntlet of our SEC conference is what it is, and it's one of the best conferences in the country and ever assembled, I think, at this point in time. Playing against my brother, I'm so proud of him. It was an unbelievable atmosphere to see. You guys can see in the back, my family's back there. They got half Oklahoma, half Missouri shirts on. I just thought, the energy. I spent time with him in the office before the game. He came up after shoot around. I'm just proud of what he's been able to do as an assistant coach. And he doesn't get the credit he deserves. I think he's a head coach, soon to be head coach in the next couple of years. And ultimately, he's been behind some unbelievable and successful programs. Again, helped Porter Mosier on day one at Loyola, helped Chris Collins day one at Northwestern, and being able to achieve the success that they have, is well noted. And he'll run this program at some point. My high school coach ended up coming, my assistant high school coach, Cyrus McGinnis. I want to thank you for coming, Cyrus. He was also my brother's head coach in high school. So that's just nothing but love coming from the people and the village that has helped raise me and mold me into the person that I am today. These two guys right here to my right and left, they played tremendous. Mark Mitchell coming off a game that I wasn't happy about at Texas A&M. I was not happy with his performance at all. And he witnessed sitting on the bench, and I think he got the message to be able to come out and respond how he responded with 25 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, going 13 for 18 from the line. I saw the focus, and I saw his behavior change as it relates to me getting his attention, so I'm proud of him. Tony Perkins did a tremendous job as well, and, regulating the team how he does, getting shots for guys, but also knowing and picking and choosing when he needs to, be aggressive offensively. I'm just proud of what our guys have been able to do.
Questions?
Mark, Coach Moser said you could tell from the first play that you kind of had that mindset that you were going to attack. Was that a matchup thing? Was it a challenge from Coach after last game? What was it?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think I had some talks with my coaches and some of the people around just about being more aggressive, and I knew that they were going to try to fan out the shooters since we have such good shooters, and I knew I was going to be able to attack. And obviously after last game, nobody wants to sit on the bench that long, and obviously we had a chance to win. So yeah, I could definitely say I was a little motivated, but I was just trying to come out and get the win. So.
Mark, when you sit on the bench for that long, what was the response that you had to that, and what the last few days looked like between you and Coach Gates?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't much change. Obviously I knew what I needed to do better. He told me straight up I needed to rebound the ball better, and I tried to do that tonight. And I think, just trying to be aggressive, rebound the ball, offense, defense, doing little things the team needs me to do.
Coach, in your time here, you've never been hesitant to bench players if they're not performing well, from the top starters to bench players. Why do you believe it's important to hold everyone accountable?
I don't think it's a matter of benching players. It's telling them the truth. I think these guys allow me to tell them the truth, no different than how I was raised by my dad, uncles, high school coach. If you ain't getting a job done, somebody else needs to be doing it. And Marcus Allen got 12 minutes and 6 rebounds last game. Mark Mitchell played 25 minutes and only had 2 defensive rebounds. That's unacceptable for what I expect from him, but also what he expects from himself, and his teammates expect it too. And ultimately, it's not a back and forth conversation. It was a gentle reminder by allowing someone else to play. But he's not upset about it. He doesn't show a discomfort of being coached. He allows me to coach him. And that's the humility that Mark Mitchell has, and he takes it for what it is. It wasn't an argument. It wasn't an issue. It was just, Mark, you need to do better. And he did.
Tony, we just talked to Coach Moser, and he mentioned that you had fought wars in the Big Ten, and that's prepared you for now. How has that basketball prepared you for what you've encountered this season?
It helps a lot because, as you know, like you said, wars, when it gets late in a season like this, you want teams to stay together, not fade apart or, be disconnected. So I think having that experience allows, me to, bring everyone together and stay, straight-headed, not lean to the left or lean to the right, be straight. Everybody, all 18 guys, just stay together because it's a long season and you can go a long way if you stay together.
Tony, I think you had tied your career high for steals tonight. What about y'all's defense makes it tough to move the ball against you?
Yeah, 5 steals.
I know.
I didn't even know that.
See, I told you I was playing defense. Sorry. I would say just following the game plan. We know what we wanted to do, to stop their ball reversal. Get them out their game. When they swing the ball, they can score and be phenomenal. But, just being on the line and being able to take their, flow of the game away, it really helped us and allowed everyone on the team to get steals and, allowed me to get 5 steals. So.
And then for Tony and Coach, you've done a good job of kind of shutting down some star guards in this league. Jeremiah Fears, one of the best freshmen in the country, held him to 8 points. What kind of goes through that game plan of you, Tony, and the other guards to just be able to shut down the team's best player?
I'll go first. I would just say just being able to, not let guys think they finna come in here, have a good night, and, just kind of, get them out of their comfort zone for whoever's guarding them. Even if we switch, even if we stay, on the ball with a guard, then, once he come in here, he gonna realize that, they ain't gonna be one of them nights. So I think that's everybody's mindset when they guarding somebody who's a good guard, I guess.
I think our versatility defensively allowed different looks to him. He's a young player, but he's one of the most talented guards in the country. I think he'll be a top 15 pick in a draft, if not top 10. And when you have different looks, we were hedging, we were switching, and also having different length, meaning size advantages, it causes problems sometimes. And we just wanted to throw different looks at him, not give him open looks. We knew at some point he was going to be able to get to the lane, but, he still had a good game. When you're able to go out there and get 8 points, 7 rebounds as a point guard, that's still a good game. And I just want you to understand the depth of our team. That's where we were able to get an advantage, and I thought our depth showed.
And with that versatility, how big is it to have someone like Mark who he picked up Fears sometimes in the half court, who can guard the 1 and also drop down and guard the 4 and 5?
Mark can guard 1 through 5. His versatility offensively, his versatility defensively gives us an advantage. I thought when he's error on the side of aggression, he's a completely different player. When he's out there thinking and not playing with his instincts, he doesn't provide us what I need him to provide. I want him to go out, take risks, do different things because he draws so much attention, and then make the right play. But if he's not going to be aggressive like he was against Texas A&M, he's not going to play. If he's aggressive, he'll play, and I will continue to keep him in the game, and we'll have the production that we saw tonight. And I'm just proud how he responded. I don't have to yell. I don't have to scream at Mark. I can just talk to him just like this, and he responds a certain way with a certain look. And that's what I appreciate most. He allows his teammates to motivate him too. And sometimes when you have a player of his caliber, McDonald's All-American, et cetera, those guys come with certain baggage. Mark Mitchell doesn't. He is a humble young man that allows himself to be disciplined by his coach and also allows his teammates words when he knows it can help.
Mark, what does 1,000 career points mean to you, and what was that moment like on the N1 getting it?
Yeah, it's a blessing. Obviously, I've had a good college career. Just both places I've been, just a blessing to experience both sides, college basketball and just being 2 great programs. It's accumulation of a lot of hard work. I'm going to keep going. It's just a blessing just to be able to reach that milestone.
For any of you guys that want to answer it, Coach mentioned it with Mark individually bouncing back, but what can you say about the resilience of your team so far this season? Just one time, every time you've lost, other than Saturday, you bounce back with a win.
I think it just, some coach talked about, in the preseason, beginning of the season, is just not getting too high, not getting too low. Obviously, playing the SEC, no one's undefeated now. So you're going to take some bumps in the road. There's going to be ups and downs, but just keep being true, steady your work, and, good things will happen.
We always try to bounce back regardless if we win. We feel like we can always, make some changes and develop where we slack at in one game. So, just being able to do that even with a win or a loss, it's always good because, no team's perfect. Like you said, nobody's undefeated. So, every team has something they need to work on. I think every time we come out here on this floor, we try to figure that out and we go hard and, accept it.
I think our guys fall in love with debriefs, whether it's a good game or a game where we've lost. I thought our guys, they accept the medicine from watching film, and they don't run from their mistakes if it's shown in film session. They don't cringe. They try to understand it in a more basketball lens, in a coach's perspective, and then they apply it right then and there once they get the opportunity in practice. So the recovering from mistakes is something that we talked about in June with our ability to figure out how to get through the tough moments or the adversity. And they've done a good job of that. More importantly, they know how to have team meetings without coaches. Sometimes when you have a player-led team, it's difficult for them to challenge each other. And I think our guys do a great job challenging each other when we're not around as coaches. And when I'm not around as a leader, they do a great job not only pointing those things out, but also receiving it and applying it the next time and next opportunity. Our practices are phenomenal. They compete at the highest level. I put them in situations where they have to endure some type of thinking or some type of game situations or some type of hardship. And I just think ultimately the culmination of their experiences is what we see as our team identity. And I truly believe we've continued to go at a slant, sort of like a increase in our talent, but also in our team. We've gotten better every day, every week, and we hadn't taken steps back. We've had stumps and bumps, but we've not taken multiple steps back at all. I just think we're going at this steady pace that allows these guys to get to know the best of each other, but also challenge each other and also play as unselfish as they have been.
Coach, with that, where does tonight's performance fall on the spectrum of how good this team can be?
Well, I thought defensively it was great. I think it can be better because we blew some coverages. I'll have to watch the film. Offensively, I think our assist-to-turnover ratio wasn't as good as it should be. I thought the ball stuck at some point in time and didn't create the energy that I thought it should. But ultimately, the defense won the game in addition to our crowd. That's where I look at the advantage tonight. Let me get this last question.
Coach, you mentioned Marcus Allen and how he played last game. He got into 16 minutes tonight. Looked very efficient. What have you seen from him out of the last two games?
Well, Marcus Allen has done a tremendous job. He has a high basketball IQ. He's definitely one of our guys that really creates our tough identity. And he's a versatile defender. He allows his offense to get to him. He can score in the post. He can score on the perimeter. He knocks down free throws. Those are the advantages that he creates, and he practices every day as hard as he can. Those are the things that I appreciate about him, but not just Marcus Allen, but Marquez Warwick also. It was a point for me to get him minutes. He's one of our most efficient guys. In addition to Grill, they just space the court, able to score in multiple levels, and he may not have dominated offensively like he wanted to, but he was able to provide us a secondary ball handler and also space the court for these guys to operate. Thanks. MIZ.